Let's get into a visualization of a drift. Can we do that for a second? So imagine you're at the mall. Okay, you're at the mall. It's just you and another friend, and you're walking in the mall, and there's a lot going on. So you all know that the ASMR, right? The ASMR of the mall is kids, and then there's people talking, and then it's like a waterfall that they got going on, and then it's cash registers and all this noise. Okay. And you're walking in the mall, and you're walking and talking, even with the chaos and even with the things around you, it's as if it's not there and you don't hear it because you're so in sync with the conversation you're having with the person next to you. So it's not like you're talking to the person next to you and you're saying to yourself, I wonder why that kid's screaming over there. It's like you just block it out because you're so in sync to the person next to you. And so you're walking and you're talking and you're walking and you're talking, and maybe for a moment you get distracted. Maybe you get a phone call. Maybe you get a random text that kind of catch you off guard and it sucks your attention in. So now you're looking in your phone and you're figuring out this, and then it's, what are they talking about? And why would they? And so you get sucked into whatever is in front of you that is now taking all of your attention, and you're focused in right there on your phone or whatever has distracted you. Okay, we'll use our phone as example because it's typically where it starts. So we're distracted. Now we were sitting and are walking and talking with this person that was walking with us, but because we're sucked into our phone for a second, just for a second, we break that focus as we're looking at the phone, and we say, you are not going to believe what they just text me. And you turn to speak to them and they're gone. What the world? And maybe you look back and maybe you didn't even realize, because of now the chaos of the mall and the noise of the mall and you're being distracted on your phone. You didn't even realize they say, hey, I'm going to run into this store real quick. But you didn't even realize that you were so distracted. You missed it. You missed the directional cue that it was time to make a turn because you were distracted. And so you look back, you're like, and you start to have a conversation and they're not there. And then you look, you turn around, maybe you call them and say, where'd you go? I told you I was running into such and such. Okay, and now you got to go back and find them, and that's 3 stores back because you got sucked in and you were distracted. What I want to tell you is, this is what the drift looks like. The drift is not egregious. The drift is not dramatic. The drift is a million little decisions. The drift is a million little centimeters that you drift away. And then you look up because now you're ready to have a conversation again. You're ready to talk to this person again. And you realize that this person is not as close as they used to be. And you can't hear their voice as close as they used to be. And now you have to do a little bit more cardio and a little bit more strategy, and a little more intensity has to be put into place for you to go find this person so you can get back in sync and get back into that conversation and get back into that rhythm and get back into that pattern. This, my friend, is what we want to avoid. This, my friend, is the drift. And what's going to be important for you is to have the humility to know that this can happen to everybody. And for most people, it has already happened. For most people, it has already happened. So let's just talk about, this is where it's going to get good. Okay. I want you to get your benefits package manual out. Okay. Your Bible. We're going to review some benefits that you're going to get. Okay, so we're going to get our Bible out and we're going to just review a few benefits, because there's some benefits about staying close to God. There's some benefits about hearing his voice first on the matter and about not drifting away. Let's get into it. So our first line item in our benefits package for staying in sync with God and controlling the drift is Proverbs 16:3. Check this out. Commit thy ways unto the Lord, and your thoughts will be established. The good news is, God doesn't just say, stay close to me because I said so. Like, that's how we talk to our kids. Stay close to me because I said, at least I knock you upside your head. Stay close to me. He doesn't say that. He always says, you stay close to me, and this is what you're going to get in return. Let me tell you why that's powerful, because there's always a promise given when he says to stay close to him. And we're going to get into some other scriptures where it talks about committing thy works unto the Lord. And we know, seek first the kingdom. We're going to be breaking all of these scriptures down that we know how to quote, but we don't live, because we're going to understand is we're the true benefactor. Let's be honest. Who's the benefactor of being close to God? Us drifting away from God doesn't hurt him. It only hurts us. The true benefactor of being close to God is us. So why do we drift? Why do we get so distracted? Why do we let the things that he created take us away from the creator? Why do we let the things that he gifted us with, our jobs, our businesses, our families, our marriage, our kids, he gifted us those. We couldn't get those things on our own. He gifted us those. Why do we let the gifts distract us from the gift giver? We're all guilty. We're all guilty. I wish you would act like you don't do this. But let's go back to the benefits package, okay? We're in an HR meeting, human resources here. All right. Commit thy works unto the Lord and your thoughts will be established. Fantastic. Bible, can you tell me what established means? Because I honestly don't really know what that means. Established means like it's official, like I get a stamp. What does that mean? What does established means? The Bible said, I'll take care of that for you. The biblical definition of established is firm, to be stable, to be fixed securely and securely determined. What does that give me? Automatic victory. Okay, so if I commit thy ways unto the Lord and your thoughts will be established. So if I commit it to you, I get an automatic victory. Here it is. To be directed aright, to be steadfast, prepare, provide, arrange, and in order. Let's break some of those down. Directed aright, be steadfast, arrange in order. You get automatic direction. When he says my steps are ordered by the Lord, it's once you commit thy works unto the Lord, you're going to get automatic direction. You're never going to have to be confused on what your next move is. How many of you are confused on what your next move is? Let's keep going. To fix, make ready, prepare, provide. You have an automatic financier, automatic provider. You will not lack resources if you commit thy works unto the Lord. This is in your benefits package right here. It has your name on it as well. Okay. You will constitute it, which means it will be official. Think about a constitution. It's an ancient official document that even when things start to go haywire, you can come back to the Constitution and say, you're supposed to follow this. This is the benefit of you committing thy works unto the Lord. For you not going too fast and starting to put your own little strategy together and forgetting that the God that gave you the gifts is probably the best person that should tell you how you can implement those gifts in the marketplace, or implement your gifts in your marriage, or implement your gifts as a parent. This is part of your benefits package. All right, let's go to Matthew 6:33. It's part of the benefits package. Let's take a look here. Seek first the kingdom. We all love that one, don't we? Seek first the kingdom and all his righteousness. That's your part. That's the part you got to do. And all these things will be added to you. And when you go and read Matthew 6, you'll see that he is talking about resources and what you need to survive. And he was talking about the necessities of life. And why are you worried about what you're going to eat and who's going to clothe you? He says, seek first the kingdom and all his righteousness. What does that mean? Seek first the kingdom is your priorities are in place, and all his righteousness is you're in right standing. Your priorities are in place and you're in right standing. You get up in the morning and the first face you see is mine. Your priorities are in place. You don't say, I think this is what I want to do with my career. You seek first the kingdom. God, you made me. How would you like me to be resourceful in the marketplace? You seek first the kingdom. What I want you to understand about God's math, it doesn't work without God. It doesn't work with your own ideas. It doesn't work with your strategy that you came up with. It only works when you seek first the kingdom and say, God, what strategy do you have for me? What plan do you have for me? Okay, so you have your priorities together, and in all his righteousness means you are pursuing holiness at all times. What areas in your life are you habitually living in sin and you're not pursuing holiness? Because those are the two things that are part of your job. And then here's the benefit. And all these things will be added unto you. What? All the necessities of life I will provide you. You'll never have to worry. You'll never have to worry. So let me get this straight. If I seek first the kingdom and all his righteousness, I never have to worry about anything. That's part of your benefits package. Okay?